Welcome to the New Jersey Morning Show. I'm Cara Falco.
And I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. Legendary comedian Jeffrey Gorian is here to tell us all about a huge post-COVID comedy event. Plus, we'll chat with another funny man, comedian Jimmy Lee, about his hit comedy reality TV show, Dangerously Funny.
Plus, we have some incredible video of a shark that was caught off the Jersey Shore. And we've got a special sneak peek about what's ahead for us here at the New Jersey Morning Show. But first, let's bring in meteorologist Mike Favetta for a check of your New Jersey forecast.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. We are starting off a beautiful upcoming weekend. And yeah, we could call it a holiday weekend since it is Father's Day on Sunday. Excellent weather for Dad. So let's get right to it with our forecast today, starting off very similar to the last few. Highs in the low 80s, lots of comfortable humidity and temperatures this afternoon that will warm up well into above average territory, but it won't feel that terrible thanks to the, again, comfortable levels of moisture in the air, so it'll feel nice and dry with mostly sunny skies. If you're headed to the beaches, you've got great weather there. Obviously, always important to swim in the lifeguarded zones, even though the rip current risk is low. Remember, it's a risk. It doesn't mean that rip currents won't be present. Even through the afternoon, with the water temperatures climbing into the mid-60s, it'll feel quite chilly for those that maybe aren't accustomed to the cold water. But regardless, a fantastic feel with that southwesterly wind coming in off of the water, making all of New Jersey beaches feel quite lovely today. Now, if you plan to head to the beaches tomorrow on Saturday, plan on another round of sun, especially later in the day. There could be an early morning sprinkle with some extra clouds, but that just keeps most of those people home until later on when the beaches are already at capacity. So I would head there early and snag your spot because the afternoon will feature an even warmer feel, sending most people, well, out to the shore points. Sunday looks excellent for Father's Day, high of 88 degrees. A little bit of humidity creeps back in. I think some may want to stay near the air conditioning, especially during the heat of the day on Sunday afternoon. Oh, and Sunday also happens to be the arrival of summer. Typically, the summer solstice on June 21st, but it actually happens at 11:32 at night on the East Coast. So, it's already June 21st and just about everywhere else in the world. We've got great weather upcoming for this week. We'll show you the 7-day forecast in just a few minutes and let you know how the first week of summer's weather is shaping up. That, Cara and Lisa Marie, coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Mike. Well, Lisa Marie, tomorrow is Juneteenth, and for the first time, New Jersey recognized the day as a state holiday. Now, Juneteenth dates back to June 19th, 1865. Following the end of the Civil War, it's the day that 250,000 slaves in Texas were freed. They were among the last people to be told about the end of the Civil War and President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, which abolished slavery, by about 2,000 Union troops who arrived in Galveston Bay, Texas, to announce the news. So Juneteenth is now a state holiday, has been a state holiday in Texas since 1980, and now that's starting to spread across the country. And I know that a lot of people are really happy about that being recognized.
Yeah, absolutely, and rightfully so. Moving on to a diner in Ocean County has shut their doors for the summer because they can't find enough people to work there. Management posted this on their website, quote, "We anticipate on reopening in the fall with the hope that we will gather enough help and that we are properly staffed in order to provide you with the service you deserve," the site says. "My family and I apologize for the inconvenience and appreciate your patience as we resolve our staffing needs. The Department of Labor's $300 additional unemployment benefit will expire in September. Many businesses anticipate people may look to return to work then." It's a big, big problem happening right now. And
yeah.
I mean, me and you were such busy bees, so I can't imagine either one of us being happy with just collecting $300 sitting on the couch. But I guess a lot of people out there.
I think it's funny because I really don't know that that's necessarily the cause of the problem. I think, we might have to acknowledge that we have some larger labor issues in this country where people who work 40 hours a week can't make the ends meet and live a halfway decent life. So we might have to rethink some other things besides unemployment.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So we're seeing help wanted signs everywhere. One New Jersey congressman wants to give people bonuses for going back to work. Here you go, Cara.
There you go.
Speaking at the Empress Diner in Fairlawn, Congressman Josh Gottheimer says the state should use part of its federal COVID recovery funds to pay $500 bonuses to incentivize people to come back to work.
So to help our businesses, help our unemployed restaurants, I'm asking the state to consider implementing a back-to-work incentive program to award $500 bonuses to those currently receiving unemployment benefits if they return to work by August 1st and are still on the job on September 1st.
The Empress Diner has lost 8 employees since last year and is no longer open 24/7. The state has $6.2 billion in federal emergency funds. A program like this would be decided on during the state's budget process.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it makes a little more sense. If you're going to give them money one way or the other, give them money to go back to work.
Exactly. And it'll help the small businesses around the state. It's a win-win, I think.
It really is. And Lisa Marie, we've celebrated, or we're starting to celebrate kind of the official, I guess, if you will, end of the pandemic. But and as happy as that is, there's a lot of things like labor issues and this story that are kind of coming back also that are a problem. So utility companies here in New Jersey could start shutting off services for non-payment early next year. The governor has ended the moratorium on utility shutoffs as of July 1st. There will be a grace period that helps people get into payment plans so that they can get caught up. But again, we saw utilities could not be shut off. Rent, didn't necessarily have to be collected. You couldn't be kicked out. So those were kind of the good things, the things that eased some struggles during the pandemic. But those people need to now be paid as well.
Exactly. Well, up next, we're going to chat with legendary comedian Jeffrey Gorian about a big comedy event in New York. We'll be right back.
2020 felt like a dark tunnel, and while 2020 is over, the impact is not. The pandemic affected both our physical and mental health.
We started the Cody Fund for Mental Health to change lives, so we want you to know about NJ211.
It's a referral service for anyone in crisis, even children.
I'm living proof that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
And it's not a train, it's help. It's NJ211.
The American Lung Association invites you to join us outside in 2021 for our Fight for Air Climb events. Now more than ever, we need you in the fight for clean air and healthy lungs. Let's go outside and climb, because every step counts. Visit us at lung.org.
Welcome back to the New Jersey Morning Show. Let's bring in meteorologist Mike Favetta for a check on the New Jersey weather.
Good morning, Lisa Marie and Cara. We've got a great weekend ahead. Plenty of sunshine on this Friday and really continuing into the Father's Day weekend. We look outside across New Jersey, temperatures beginning rather mild in the upper 60s and low 70s, but we are on track to yet again beat expectations and climb into the low 80s. Another few degrees above average today with a few late day clouds, but we stay dry on this Friday. Got to make it a great day to head out toward the beaches. UV is going to be very high going forward, even at the beaches across New Jersey with the 9. That's a scale of 0 to 14. And we get to about 10 as the highest UV number here in New Jersey. Happens about 2 weeks around the summer solstice, which also happens to be on Sunday. With the very high level on Saturday and Sunday, you could burn in less than a half hour, especially with all of that strong, clear sky and that high sun angle going into the weekend. Heading to the beaches, we've got a great beach forecast for you. Temperatures remain well above average, even on Sunday for Father's Day. There's a chance of an early morning sprinkle, I think, Saturday, but that clears by the afternoon. We're back to sunshine going forward into Sunday, and highs at the beaches will remain in the upper 70s and low 80s with water temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. It will feel fantastic. We'll take another check of your forecast coming up. We've got your Father's Day barbecue forecast. That's pretty important for all the dads grilling on Sunday. All those details, including another check of the 7-day weather. It's coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Mike.
Well, Lisa Marie, speaking of shore weather, this is some incredible video. There was a group of sport fishermen that caught a great white shark just about a mile from Seaside Heights, which is definitely right near where I go to the beach. They posted this video on their Facebook page. The boat, Real Innovation Sport Fishing, was not hunting great whites. They hooked the guy accidentally. He was released. Get this, it's a baby measuring at 7 feet.
Okay, that is not the baby shark that I've been watching recently.
And you would know all about baby shark, but I don't think that's
that baby shark is cute and cuddly. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near this one.
Yeah, no, I'm really hoping that's way far out because, like I said, like I go to that like Seaside Heights, Seaside Park, Island Beach State Park beach area, and he needs to be far from there.
Oh, now, is that going to stop you from going in the water?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I'm a total beach baby, beach bum. Like I'll be there anyway. I'll be a little more careful, a little more cautious, perhaps. No jewelry in the water, things like that. Nothing shiny.
Let me just comment on the water for a second. How clean does it look, right?
It looks beautiful. You know what? So many, even the beaches last summer, after with everybody staying home, they really the water looked beautiful. The beach was beautiful. So I do hope that, again, things that I hope we can maintain going forward.
Yeah. I mean, you would never think that was Jersey Shore water. That looks like Florida.
Yeah.
Or an island or something. Wow.
It's all us, baby.
Yes. Our next guest is legendary stand-up comedian and a dentist. Seriously. He's recovered from COVID double pneumonia and is now appearing in a huge show in New York. Please welcome Jeffrey Gorian. Jeffrey, it's so nice to have you on. What a story you have, and we can't wait to dive right in. But let's start off, most importantly, you seem healthy and recovered, but
not good.
Double pneumonia?
Yeah, single wasn't good enough for me. I had to go in with both lungs.
Oh, wow.
I got it right away. Actually, I was sick in March. I got it when it first came out because I like to be the first at everything. And I'm joking about it, but it was really serious. I was sick for 2 weeks before I had to call an ambulance. I couldn't take the pain anymore. And I was afraid to go because this was at the time when New York was the epicenter of the virus. And they were warning emergency rooms, and I had a history of having a heart attack 5 years before, which turned out to be a good thing, interestingly enough. It was amazing. And who would ever think that having a heart attack would be a good thing? But I was on blood thinners for the last 5 years. And when I got sick with COVID, nobody knew that it was causing blood clotting in those days. Unfortunately, that's how the Broadway star Nick Cordero lost his life due to blood clotting, only 41 years old. So I had been on blood thinners, and on the 3rd day of COVID, it went to my throat, and I was hoping it was just a cold. But as a doctor, I always keep antibiotics in the house. So I started myself on Z-Pak, which was also a very lucky thing, not knowing that they were using Z-Pak in the hospitals, along with hydroxychloroquine. So usually you stay on Z-Pak for 5 days. I stayed on it for 10 days, but I still was getting sicker and sicker, but I was still able to breathe, not realizing it was the Z-Pak that saved my breathing. Because when the ambulance took me to NYU Langone, which is such a great hospital, I can't say enough about them. They were so dedicated. And on the first day, they were just concerned with bringing down my fever and raising my blood pressure. Because as you probably know, normal blood pressure is 120/80, and my 80 had dropped to 42. My circulatory system was collapsing. They even found it hard to get a vein to start an IV. And so on the second day is when they put me on hydroxychloroquine. They started me on a double dose in the morning and a double dose at night. And by the next day, I started feeling different already.
Wow.
And that's when they moved me into a room with 3 other very sick men, all with the virus.
Oh, yeah.
But Jeffrey, you had some really special friends in comedy who kind of helped you keep your spirits up through all of this.
Oh man, well, I had been a regular on Sirius XM, and I'm so glad that you brought that up. Ron Bennington announced on Sirius XM that I was in the hospital, and I started getting literally hundreds and hundreds of messages from people, including major celebs like Bill Burr and Nick Kroll and John Mulaney and Jim Norton and Gad Elmaleh, the French Jerry Seinfeld, called me from Paris. And, I was too sick to answer anybody. I was just laying there. But I can't tell you how kindness is so important, just to know that people are thinking about you. I'm a very big believer in the power of prayer and the power of thought. And when so many people are thinking about the same thing, I really believe that it has a lot of strength. And it gave me the strength to recover. They sent me home after 4 days because they needed the bed. They were out of rooms. They were putting people in the hallways already.
Oh, I'm sure.
Wow.
I was hoping they were kidding me when they told me that the man in the bed next to me was from Wuhan, China.
Oh.
That can't even happen to a person, but it happened to me.
Oh, boy.
And when I expressed my concern to the nurse, she told me not to worry, and she pointed to a thin curtain that was hanging between us. Meanwhile, she's wearing a hazmat suit with swim fins and scuba gear, and I have a thin curtain to protect me. I said, it's too bad Dr. Fauci didn't know about the thin curtain thing, because the thin curtain business would have totally exploded,
Something else that we would have had to stockpile, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It took me a good 2 months to recover. That's how long it took. It hit me really hard. And if it wasn't for all those things happening, who knows what would have happened. And I stayed in the house for months. I was afraid to go out because, fear gets trapped inside your body.
Yes.
And after I recovered, it's one of the reasons I wrote another book, and it was called Fight the Fear, Overcoming Obstacles That Stand in Your Way. And there was one chapter on my COVID experience, and one chapter on my heart attack, and one chapter on how I went to Japan all by myself, because I believe that you have to confront your fears. Fear is a bully, and it doesn't want you to accomplish anything. And the whole world was engulfed in fear because of this virus. Yeah. So I hope you don't mind. I'm going to hold it up to show people. It came out as a #1 release in 4 different categories: medicine and psychology, group therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, and adult children of alcoholics. And I'm sure there are a lot of those that came out of the virus. But I felt it was important. I wanted to share my experience and how I had to fight fear in order to help me recover. Because when you're in a negative space, your immune system doesn't function as well. When you're living in fear and you're afraid of what's going to happen, when you're in a positive space, your immune system functions much better. And I knew I had to stay positive in order to survive, because it was a crazy time. Nobody knew anything.
No, it's been such a rough year for all of us, and I can't believe throughout all of this you had the opportunity to write and publish a book. I mean, kudos to you. But obviously, we're all ready to laugh now, right? We're ready to go out there, have fun. Shows are coming back. Obviously, we'll touch on that in a second with you. But overall, is live comedy back?
Yes, it's back full time, big time. It started with just 33%. And early in April, when it opened up, I went to about 9 different clubs that first night, because besides performing, I've been covering the comedy scene as a comedy journalist for about 20 years with Comedy Matters TV. And I wasn't ready to mix with the audience yet, but I wanted to get the feeling from the club owners on how they felt about comedy coming back after a year. People need to laugh. Laughter, it's not just a cliche that laughter is the best medicine. We all need to laugh. And so I went to 9 clubs. I interviewed all the club owners. Everybody was thrilled, but it was still 33%. People were separated in the clubs. Right. Now it's back to 100%. And I got asked, in celebration of my 1-year recovery, I got asked to create a comedy show at the legendary Cutting Room. and it was so nice. So I put together an amazing lineup. It's going to be next week, Wednesday, June the 23rd at 8 p.m. I'm producing, but I'm also hosting, and that's me with the mic over there. And I have a great lineup of comedians, all from television and film. You know, Vladimir Camaño was one of the stars on last season's CBS, had a show called Tommy with Edie Falco, and he played a character called Abner Diaz. Derek Gaines was from The Last OG with Tracy Morgan. He was on all the time, and he was in the movie The King of Staten Island with Pete Davidson. Maceo is one of the originals from the Uptown Comedy Club with Tracy Morgan, and they all started out together. Dan Simonson is somebody that I just saw. He was on Colbert. He's from Norway, and he's hilarious. I couldn't believe. I said, you have to be in this show. And Olga Namer opened for Chelsea Handler, and also opened for Gilbert Gottfried, one of my favorites. And Aaron Berg is, you know, you've heard of Opie and Anthony. So Anthony has his own media company called Compound Media, and Aaron Berg has his own show called In Hot Water, and he's on the show as well. So
Wow.
it's going to be an amazing lineup of talent.
Yes, it looks like it.
And I hope my friends from New Jersey will come out and join us. It's not that far away from New Jersey to Manhattan.
No, we definitely will cross the bridge or the tunnel to get there.
For
Thank
sure.
you so much, Jeffrey. For more information on the show or to order tickets, just head on over to njonair.com and click on the link to this show. And we hope to see you out there.
Jeffrey, thank you so much. We so appreciate your time today.
You guys are great. I didn't let you talk too much, but I had a lot to
You're
say.
our guest.
And you're our guest. It's for you to talk.
I'm so happy to be on with you. You guys put out great energy. And you know what? That's so important these days. People need positive energy. And you two just radiate positive energy.
Oh,
thank you.
I'm a very big believer in that. And I'm so happy to be on with you. Thank you for having me as a guest.
As am I. Thank you so much, Jeffrey.
You're very welcome. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, thanks.
Next up, we meet the Jersey outlaw comedian, Jimmy Lee.
Welcome to Distinctively Outdoors. Here at Distinctively Outdoors, we help our customers seek the ultimate experience for the best outdoor design. Distinctively Outdoors provides award-winning products that you can have right in your backyard, such as breathtaking kitchens and appliances, custom pergolas, quality outdoor furniture, and our relaxing hot tubs. Visit our store today in Parsippany, New Jersey on Route 46, or call us at 973-828-1288 to help you get started on your dream outdoor environment.
Swing the hips. Oh boy, they weren't kidding. Whew.
You're looking for a gold crown.
Sure. So you say you're helping people through. How are you doing that?
Welcome back. Let's get meteorologist Mike Favetta in here. We're going to get a check of your Jersey forecast.
Hi, Cara and Lisa Marie. A great Father's Day weekend ahead, especially for those dads grilling here across New Jersey on Sunday. If they plan to fire up the grill or barbecue, you've got great weather. I understand Cara making a little porchetta tomorrow. Wonder if my invite got lost in the mail. But regardless, you've got great weather with temperatures climbing into the upper 80s by Sunday. Sunday will be the warmer half of the weekend. It'll also be a bit more humid, and that's why there's a few sprinkles coming into New Jersey by early tomorrow morning. I'll show you that with the weekend forecast day by day and town by town, showing that there's a chance of an early morning sprinkle up through Morristown and Newark, even toward Belmar, before temperatures reach the mid to upper 80s. That will increase the humidity by Sunday, so you'll definitely feel a bit more of that mugginess return to New Jersey for Father's Day. Of course, you've got excellent weather all across New Jersey, but the pollen has actually been quite low, and that's good now that we've passed the peak of tree pollen season. Obviously, grass is back at the moderate level, especially with grass season beginning, and the weeds pollens are beginning as well. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast with plenty of sunshine to enjoy, except for Monday evening into Tuesday. That's our next chance for a little bit of rain, but that actually cools us down and brings us back to the less humid feel with lots of sunshine on Wednesday and Thursday. We've got a beautiful forecast ahead for that 7-day. Just keep the umbrellas handy early next week, and I think we'll enjoy that low humidity come Wednesday, Thursday. Lots of great weather ahead as we enter the first week of summer. We'll take another check of your forecast coming up in just a few minutes right here on NJ On Air.
Mike, thank you so much.
Cara, check out what happened at Mountain Creek. A fire at their water park on the high anxiety ride. Very appropriately named.
Yeah, right?
Local Vernon fire departments responded, and it looks like high anxiety will be out of commission for a while. I don't know about that. There were no injuries. The park opens for the season tomorrow.
Oh, man.
Oh, I mean, between the sharks in our Jersey Shore water, our
right, and the water
catching on fire.
I was going to say, did anyone else see the irony in the water park catching fire?
Yeah, seriously, right? You know what? That is
How did you manage that?
That is a total Mercury retrograde happening.
It is. That's exactly what happened.
We're nearing the tail end of it, so that's the icing on top.
Yeah, hopefully thankfully nobody was hurt, and it's just the one ride. So listen, Lisa, we've been laughing all morning long, and our next guest can be seen on the hit comedy reality show Dangerously Funny. Please welcome the Jersey outlaw Jimmy Lee.
Hi guys, how are you?
How you doing,
Jimmy? How are you?
I was taking a shower today, blow drying my hair. And then it dawned on me, who looks down there anyway? Come on, I'm working live.
You are. So
you
Jimmy,
almost look like you're waiting for a comedian to show up.
We were, No, Jimmy, you're known for that kind of wise guy style of comedy with a little Jersey attitude. So, of course, we love Jersey here. So tell us a little bit about your style.
More old school style, in the vein of Don Rickles and Rodney Dangerfield with a little Jersey attitude, little insults, ad-libs, one-liners, old school stuff from like the 80s and 90s.
That's the best kind of comedy, in my opinion.
I like that stuff. I grew up on it, and I'm older now, and I'm not quite used to the new comedians. I like the older guys, to be honest.
Do you think the new comedians play it a little safer?
Well, in this environment, it's a little harder for me because it's so politically correct, and I'm politically incorrect and inappropriate and uncensored. So people either going to love me or want to, my wife always says, you're going to get yourself killed when you go out on the street. So,
well, tell us about Dangerously Funny. What happens on the show?
So what I did was created a unique concept, and I think what made it attractive was that a lot of comedians, they do stand-up comedy. They don't really interact with their audience anymore. So what I do is I truly like people. So I go out and interact with the public and talk with them, and I like their interactions. And we film it pretty much all over the country, in all different areas. We just filmed in Las Vegas a week ago, and we're starting to put those reels up. And people really enjoy it, and they love it. And it's so different and off the wall and crazy that it's picking up steam.
So, Jimmy, what, like, when you say you interact with them, I mean, is it like you gag on them kind of a thing, or like you just kind of walk up and start kind of telling some jokes?
Well, I catch people off guard. There was a guy with a white sweatsuit in Vegas. I said, thanks for coming out in your pajamas. Catch him right off guard. Or there was a guy that was Egyptian. I said, where's your camel being parked? I come up with crazy stuff. And it's funny because people don't expect it. I think that's what is. I catch them off guard. So it's like, oh my God, wow. And it's funny because it's right off the cuff and spontaneous. It's not planned. And I think that's the uniqueness of my show and the reason that it is what it is. People, number one, don't do this style of comedy anymore. They're almost afraid. So when people see this, they're like, oh my God, I love this stuff. It's cool. No one's doing it.
I was just going to say, when you said, it's off the cuff, I think that's, that's a skill that a lot of people lack these days, to be quick on their feet in that way, and especially to be quick on their feet and funny.
Right, like the only guy I remember growing up that could do it was Don Rickles. You know, Dangerfield came out; he had a lot of one-liners. But like, I can look at a situation. I can go up to a Jewish guy and I said, "Hey, you're a rock star. You're in that band Guns N' Noses." You know, you can come up with funny stuff like that. But or I could say to Abraham Lincoln, he said, "All men are created equal." The problem is he never went to a nude beach. You know, so you could just come up with funny stuff and off the cuff stuff, and it's funny because it's unexpected. I think that's basically where it is. It's not something canned.
Yeah. So thank you for touching on the inspiration behind your comedy. I think it's great what you're doing, especially in light of everything that we're coming out of.
Right.
Did you find inspiration in the past year and a half?
Well, we went to London and shot through COVID, and it was amazing. And I had people taking their mask off, and I was going up to people, say, "You guys aren't eating the muffins. They are called English muffins. Put the goddamn bagels away. I'm getting steamed up. I'm going to go talk to the Queen." And I had them dying. And then that got me this article in Hollywood Monthly doing that shoot in London. I got written up in a major Hollywood magazine.
Oh, good.
Summer from going to London. So I think what I'm doing is kind of as I go, I figure out what to do. But I think, branding is being in everybody's face all the time and promoting the same message over and over to the largest amount of people. But I think with me, it's a passion, and I feel I was born to really be an entertainer and entertain people, make people happy. And it makes me feel good to be around people and have them laugh and be entertaining. I was like that since I was a little kid. I grew up in Atlantic City. My grandfather used to take me to the 500 Club when I was a little kid, and I remember seeing the shows, and that made a big impact on me. And then casino gaming came, and I used to see every show in the summer I used to go see when I was like 18, 20 years old.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So Jimmy, where can people find you and the show? How do we watch? How do we follow along?
Okay, so Amazon Prime, YouTube, my channel, Jimmy Lee, the Jersey Outlaw. I have a great website called The Jersey Outlaw, but the Outlaw is spelled with 2 W's.
Okay.
TikTok, I have it's at The Jersey Outlaw. I have a lot of good social media buttons. YouTube right now is where most of the reels are being put up. We're starting to put up shorter reels that are, people don't want to watch 18 minutes. They want to watch 5-6 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so YouTube, Facebook, and you said TikTok, online. We'll have all those links available for you at njonair.com as well. Jimmy Lee, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate you stopping by the show.
I really appreciate you having me on. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Enjoy. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Up next, we're going to tell you what's ahead for our morning show and NJ on Air.
2020 felt like a dark tunnel, and while 2020 is over, the impact is not. The pandemic affected both our physical and mental health.
We started the Cody Fund for mental health to change lives, so we want you to know about NJ211.
It's a referral service for anyone in crisis, even children.
I am living proof that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
And it's not a train, it's help. It's NJ211.
Welcome to Distinctively Outdoors. Here at Distinctively Outdoors, we help our customers seek the ultimate experience for the best outdoor design. Distinctively Outdoors provides award-winning products that you can have right in your backyard, such as breathtaking kitchens and appliances, custom pergolas, quality outdoor furniture, and our relaxing hot tubs. Visit our store today in Parsippany, New Jersey on Route 46, or call us at 973-828-1288 to help you get started on your dream outdoor environment.
Welcome back to the New Jersey Morning Show. Let's get a last check-in with meteorologist Mike Favetta on this weekend's weather.
Good morning, guys. We've got a beautiful day ahead. It's so nice. Figured I'd take the weather outside today. Really pretty.
Like
and, this weather continues right into the weekend with some amazing outdoor dining. I know now that all the restrictions have eased, we want to head back outside to take advantage of that fantastic feel, because this afternoon and this evening, temperatures remain in the low 80s and some upper 70s. But the best part about it is that lower humidity down along the shore points included. So from Atlantic City and Cape May, the cooler breezes with those winds coming off of the water, mid to upper 70s for you. Elsewhere, up toward Princeton, Hoboken, Morristown, low 80s into this evening. And that very pleasant weather continues into tomorrow. So with the 7-day forecast, we have highs that go well into the 80s. By Sunday, you'll begin to feel a little bit of that heat and humidity return just in time for Father's Day. I think by Monday and Tuesday, there's a small chance of rain, but that's really the only opportunity of rain we have next week, because beyond that, we're right back to that California feel, with Wednesday and Thursday's weather staying very pleasant and highs climbing back into the upper 70s. So a really nice feel all around for dads this weekend. Any outdoor plans looking great until that little shower on Monday afternoon.
We'll take it. That sounds beautiful. Thanks, Mike.
You bet.
So, Lise, you know, for anybody who is a diehard fan of the New Jersey Morning Show and who's not, they know we interview great people from all over New Jersey, and we have so much coming up for our viewers this summer. Let's bring in our producer and the founder of NJ On Air, Gerald D'Ambra, and we all go back. So, you know, we have a kind of a history of broadcasting great shows, and you especially. So, tell everybody what's coming up for us here at the New Jersey Morning Show.
Well, we're working on a lot of things to expand the show. So, you know, we're on every Friday from 9 to 10. And one of the things we're working on is expanding the show to multiple days. But what's really huge that's coming is that we're working with Lisa Marie and her studio, Long Shot Productions, and we're going to open up a studio space for the morning show. So you're going to see Cara and Lisa Marie in studio. Once in a while, you may see Mike come out of his weather den and maybe join us there. I don't know, maybe a green screen we can put up for him and have him do some weather in front of there. But, you know, we're getting out of the remote COVID type production, and we're going to move into a studio production. So it's really exciting, and I hope you guys are excited about it as I am.
Oh,
I can't wait.
Excited. Oh, I mean, we have been staring at the little tiny dot of a video camera on our computers for the past year and a half. So I'm really excited to get back into live production,
live TV, and to be together. I mean, and I, you know, just in case certainly Lisa Marie and I, if you haven't caught the vibe, we're very good friends in general. So, you know, I'm so excited to be able to sit next to you and have that genuine conversation and share it with all of our viewers. So I can't wait to be in the studio.
The crazy thing is you guys all live within a couple of miles of the studio.
We do.
So you're all like, I mean, you can all get together within a couple of minutes. It's less than a 10-minute drive. Even Mike, except for me, I'm far away. But you know, so it's an easy it's easy thing for us to pull together. We've already started work on the space, and you know, Lisa Marie has a fantastic space up there in North Jersey and Fairfield, and we're really excited to see it become part of the morning show. And I think it's going to be a great thing for New Jersey, not only to have this show, but to have that space where we can bring guests in and do interviews and demonstrations and things like that. So I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun doing that.
Oh, so much fun. So much fun. So what can we expect to see on NJ On Air as a whole? What's happening with the channel?
Well, we're working on a lot of different programs. So one of our main focus is obviously the morning show and producing live New Jersey focused programming. That's not just news. It's fun and it's informative, and it really has kind of that Jersey feel. So we're working on producing a series for the fall called Cara's Cucina Fall for New Jersey. So we're going to see that series on NJ On Air, and we're also working to partner with News 12 Plus and also put it on television throughout the New York market. And it will basically, it's going to feature towns across New Jersey and all of the amazing things and businesses and products that you can find in these different towns throughout New Jersey. Like, there's really, you know, so many things to do here that we have this opportunity to highlight all of these amazing businesses throughout our state. And that's what you're going to see. I think people will enjoy that because they're always looking for something to do on the weekend or in the evening and get out and find something new.
And you know what? I think, you know, Jersey's taken, you know, so much, you know, it gets such a bad rap sometimes, especially, you know, like we're like New York's, you know, redheaded stepchild over here. And this state is incredible. It is beautiful. There's mountains. There's an incredible beach. There's nothing you can't do here. And I think we're starting to see it more and more with the latest articles of, the best pizza in New York is from New Jersey. New Jersey is one of the best places to live, so I think, we're bagels too. I mean, we're just, people are finally starting to recognize that, the Garden State can hold its own. We have good stuff here.
We do. So I think that's really exciting programming. I think that's not only something that you'll want to watch, but it's something you want to be part of, because we can also announce when we're going to actually be out on these locations. You can come out and meet us and maybe even be part of the show. Who knows?
Definitely. How can people find out more about getting involved, whether it be on a sponsorship level or maybe if they have ideas of their own to pitch?
Yeah, so definitely they can go to njonair.com. And if you have any kind of, if you want to reach out and connect with us, you can connect with us at info@njonair.com. We're happy to talk to you about any kind of ideas that you may have around NJ on Air.
Cool. Awesome. Gerald, thank you so much. We love you as our producer. We'll let
guys.
you get back to your regular job.
Sounds good.
It's going to be very, very exciting stuff heading into the fall, coming out of COVID. Like we're all, just raring to go with work.
Do you see us? We're so excited. We're like, let's go.
I mean, especially with me, like with the pregnancy, like I have not left the house. Like I went to my office for the first time a couple weeks ago, for the first time in 2021. That is nuts to me.
Especially you, because if anybody doesn't, I call this girl Hurricane Lisa, because you say something to her and it's done in an instant. The girl does not stop. So for you to not have set foot in the office is mind-boggling.
It's been all remote work, but the baby's at a good point. She's 3.5 months. So we're going to get her on more of a schedule with my mom, and we'll make up for lost time. I'll put it that way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And since we were talking about Jersey, Lise?
Yeah. So very appropriate story coming up. We have the Jersey Shore, cities, farmlands, ski resorts, vineyards. As Cara said before, what's not to like about the Garden State? Well, New Jersey now ranks as the best to live in America, according to Wallet Hub's annual list. We beat out Massachusetts for the top spot, with New York coming in third. Sorry, New York. New Jersey ranked in the top 10 for safety, quality of life, education, and health. But we didn't do so well on affordability. No surprise there. But I love that we're ranked number 1 in a positive poll. How many polls have we covered there?
I know. We get worst traffic, most unhappy people. We get all this kind of stuff. But I'm so happy. And we must have done so well in those other categories, because we both know, we're both homeowners here. It's expensive to live in this state.
So I wonder though, because we have ranked so poorly in a lot of other of these types of polls, what's changed all of a sudden? So we'll dive more into that, because I'm interested in learning more.
Absolutely. As am I. But for now, we are going to say goodbye. Thank you guys all for watching. Once again, the website is njonair.com. That's where you can find all the information about the show. You can always follow Lisa Marie and I on social media, and we would love to hear from you. Thank you, as always, for watching. We so appreciate it. Have a great weekend.
Happy Father's Day.